one of the big things you talked about during the primaries, and we had interviews about this, you talked about it during debates, 11 million undocumented immigrants in this country, they got to go. The good ones can come back in, you said. They could put a door in the wall. The good ones can come back in. It's going to be done humanely, you said. There'll be a deportation force. That's no longer, it seems, there have been some contradictory statements lately, but that seems that's no longer your policy.
I don't even know.
Is that your policy?
Let me just tell you what my policy is, and I'm not going to go into all of it because we're doing a speech in a week on immigration, which I think will explain it in even greater detail. But we're going to build a great wall. The wall is going to be paid for by Mexico. People are not going to be able to tunnel because we're going to have tunnel technology. We're going to have all sorts of things on this wall. There's going to be a real wall. Drugs will stop flowing into our nation and poisoning our youth and everybody else. We're going to have all sorts of E-Verify and everything you can think of in terms of immigration. People will not come into our country illegally. We're going to fix that. We are going to make it so that, like it's never been before. I don't know if you know, but the Border Patrol agents, 16,500 Border Patrol agents endorsed Donald Trump. They've never done that for a presidential candidate before because they're great people that want to do their job. So they don't want to stand there and watch people pour through our border.
The 11 million
Let me explain.
Here.
We're going to build a wall. We are going to build a real wall, a wall that absolutely works, and they do absolutely work if it's done properly. Right now, it's a joke. You have walls that are this high. Okay, that's number one. We are going to stop illegal immigration pouring into our country. My first day in office, I am going to notify law enforcement authorities that all of the bad dudes, and we have a lot of them, that are here illegally, that are the heads of gangs and drug cartels and all sorts of people.
And there
are probably millions of them, but certainly hundreds of thousands, big numbers. They're out. They're out. Excuse me. The police know who they are. I've spoken to many police. The police know who they are. They deal with them all the time. They're nothing but problems. We're going to end sanctuary cities. We're going to run a country like it's supposed to be run. We're going to have borders, very strong borders. And after that, we're going to see what happens. But we are going to find people, and we're getting immediately, and I mean first hour of the first document I will sign will say, get the bad ones out of this country, bring them back where they came from.
But I know, I got to follow up. You said on Hannity, you used the word softening. Even last night on Hannity, you talked about.
Well, I don't think it's a softening. I think it's.
But 11 million people are no longer going to be deported.
I've had people say it's a hardening, actually.
But 11 million who have not committed a crime.
We're
there's going to be a path to legalization. Is that right?
You know, it's a process. You can't take 11 at one time and just say, boom, you're gone. We have to find where these people are. Most people don't even know where they are. Nobody even knows if it's 11.
So it's still possible.
It could be 30 and it could be 5. Nobody knows what the number is.
But if somebody hasn't committed a crime,
let me explain.
Will they be deported?
Let me tell you what. We know the bad ones. We know where they are, who they are. We know the drug cartel people. We know the gangs and the heads of the gangs and the gang members. Those people are gone. But that's a huge number. No, it's not.
But that's Jeb Bush's policy. I mean, essentially.
I don't know anything about Jeb Bush. He wasn't building a wall. Jeb Bush wasn't building a wall. Jeb Bush wasn't making strong borders. And I'm not knocking Jeb Bush, but I was with him for a long time.
Right, but he was mocked for saying that, look, you can't deport 11 million people. It now seems like, I know you're not really focusing on it.
First, I want to see what's going to happen. We're going to deport many people, many people.
The vast majority of those 11 million are not criminals.
Well, we don't know that. We're going to find out who they are. We have crime all over this country.
If they haven't committed a crime, is there going to be a path to legalization?
First thing we're going
I'm talking
to
about
do.
citizenship.
No, there's not a path. There is no path to legalization.
You talked about paying back taxes on Hannity.
Unless people leave the country, well, when they come back in, if they come back in, then they can start paying taxes.
So they still have to leave the country.
But there is no path to legalization unless they leave the country and come back.
So that means of the 11 million who are here, even if they haven't committed a crime.
Well, you don't know. Again, you keep saying 11 million. You don't know what the number is. You know, millions of people.
Many, that's the estimate.
And using the existing laws of our country, millions of people are deported every year.
Right.
You know that, right? You know, people don't talk about that. It's Obama. They don't talk about that.
Right. No, he's
but you
deported
have a lot of people being deported. We're going to do that vigorously. We're going to go with the laws that are existing. But we're going to have a very strong border, and we're not going to have people pouring back in. And when these people, the drug lords and all of these guys that are thrown out, they're not coming back into the country.
So if you haven't committed a crime and you've been here for 15 years and you have a family here, you have a job here, Will you be deported?
We're going to see what happens once we strengthen up our border. We're going to have a strong border, as strong as any border there is anywhere in the world. We're going to have a real wall. We're going to have tremendous protection, both technological protection and everything else. And then we're going to see what happens. But there is a very good chance the answer could be yes, we're going to see what happens. Before I do anything, I want to get rid of the bad ones, and there are a lot of them. I want to get rid of all of the bad ones, and we're going to do that. That'll be the single first order I sign. We're going to stop. Right now I'm in New Hampshire. You saw the crowd. You saw the enthusiasm. I won the primary in New Hampshire. The people of New Hampshire asked me one favor. Please, Mr. Trump, stop the drugs from coming across the southern border. You have heroin that's pouring across the southern border and destroying the youth and other people in New Hampshire and every other state. We're going to stop all drug traffic. It's not going to happen anymore. We're going to stop it. We're going to have a strong border. We're going to have a tremendous wall. We're going to have a wall that Mexico pays for, which will be very easy because they are making a fortune with us. The wall is peanuts compared to the money that they make. We are going to have a border again. We are not going to allow drugs to come into this country and poison our youth. And then we're going to see what happens. But there's no legalization, there's no amnesty, and if somebody wants to go legalization route, what they'll do is they'll go, leave the country, hopefully come back in, and then we can talk. And one other thing, there are millions of people right now online trying to come into our country. It's very unfair to them, some of the rules, regulations, and policies that I've seen. These are millions of people that want to come into our country legally, and it would be very unfair to them.